All right, YouTube, live again. We are live again. It's your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Um, I know this stream got postponed, and postponed. But however, guess what? Think about this, right? You see the stream posted, and then you watch events as they occur. And you seen this stream come up uh sometime before as these related events occurred, and you got to think that this is prophetic. Like I be telling y'all what's really going on. A lot of the stuff that I be telling y'all, it comes out later, and other content creators, they do their own thing. Um, they make their own title to it, but it's the same subject matter in different wording. We usually do it first, or if we don't do it first, we give the best commentary on something because we key in on stuff that people don't talk about when they cover it first, which be the main viewpoints, the main um, jewels to be taken away from, the information. It really comes over here. Now, it doesn't come out politically correct. It doesn't come out PG. I've been told I need to work on my delivery, but I care less. I'm raw and uncut. It's gonna be like it. Um, I don't think that I ever change it. It has to be something beneficial for me to change it. For right now, you're going to get the raw and uncut. Now, you've seen the receipt the Venezuelan woman had in New York with the 13,000 EBT and almost $5,000 in cash. Uh, I've been told y'all that immigrants, however they get here, legal or illegal, they don't include you as a black person. The Democratic Party is not doing anything for black people. Um, the overall climate politically is, yes, give us the black vote, but nobody's being clear and precise on what they're offering for the vote. I've told y'all back in 2020 how to assembly and wager for your vote. You can go back and see it. The streams is there, are there. Um, I've told y'all a lot of stuff on here. Quite frankly, when I'm constantly seeing coverage on YouTube and news, and I've done it first, or I gave you better viewpoints, so you have more information to really think about. What's the best course of action for yourself. I'm starting to really worry about just where we're at in general. I'm starting to really worry. I'm worried that we are going to make a big mistake this time around, even worse than what we did in 2020. And that's my thing that I have to keep in the forefront of my thought process. Like, because I really want to go and do my own thing, but I know I'm going to be affected while I'm here by the majority based upon the decisions that they make, right? Now, the words that they use in law dealing with civil rights, especially when it comes to black people, it has been engulfed in diversity, has been engulfed in minority. It's not specific anymore. It's been like that for a while. I told y'all about the Congressional Black Caucus and their original purpose really wasn't to promote diversity. It was originally for black people as representation, more direct representation in the federal government. So what has happened now is that you're being so entranced and hit with propaganda and also coded, or what a better word for it is codified terms. So you hear words, you hear people talking, and you don't know that they're replacing words, or these words that they use in place of other words mean something completely different. Also, you're not getting nothing clear and precise. You're not getting raw and uncut yes and no's, and that's the biggest thing that I can't understand. I don't have a degree. I have professional training, and I have some college education. But one thing that I can do is I can dissect. Now, I may not catch everything in the beginning, but something in me allows me to become fixated on something that I need to know. And once I get fixated on it, I dissect it. I'll break it down. Some things I catch right off. Some things I'm familiar of just from self study. But people, as far as black people are really really going to get a lot of us in trouble if we don't get on code, if we don't get together and gather and really sit back and commune and talk in a big group about things, to be able to be on one accord and to push forward with an agenda. Um, I told y'all the Democratic Party has so many factions in it, so many extreme um, radical factions in it with different goals and stuff. And then the black vote is probably like not even a fourth or an eighth of the vote within that political party. So you're outnumbered in that party, but that party is always making an effort at the same time every year with the same old tactics to get you to push them in power. And yet, what happens is what you see in the thumbnail. Everybody benefits, but you. Not only that, the crazy thing is, this is the craziest thing. Your ancestors fought for civil rights. Your ancestors fought for the power to vote. They fought for freedom in general, uh, freedom from slavery, freedom from Jim Crow, freedom from segregation, freedom from discrimination, freedom from police brutality. And you can't recognize when you're being played. So what happens mainly with us is we get infiltrated. We get hit with the wolf in sheep's clothing, and we get infiltrated. And then we have. I'll put the identity crisis forth. What we have is a separation between black men and black women, and it's so much involved in that separation that it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Then you get into the identity crisis. You got uh, confusion about how to identify yourself legally, from a nationality standpoint, from a true race standpoint, ethnicity standpoint, and everybody makes it so hard. Um, Slavery was a real thing, and we know that there were indigenous black people over here before the Europeans got over here. Um, that was one of many of the Native American groups. So when you take those things in consideration, those two hardcore facts, those two are the primary makeup of uh, what we deem African American or black. Now, the other element is, the ancestry and the experience, um, historically in America. So that's the three basic things. Now they can go into from that point on. You can go into whether you're ADOS or FBA, Foundation Black American, uh, which I personally think nothing's wrong with either one of those. But I gave you the key basis behind it. Um, some people try to say, well, slavery, there wasn't a real story. The numbers don't add up. Slavery was a real thing. Do not be fooled. And yes, before the slave ships came over here, before the Europeans came over here, there were black indigenous people over here. So that's that's the basis. Y'all heard it here. I probably broke that down before. I'm pretty sure I have. I've had this discussion with people who say, "Well, I'm Indian," or some people just say I'm indigenous, and some people say I'm ADOS, African descendant of slaves. And then when you get into taking a DNA test, um, some people try to discredit the DNA test, and then I proved the other day how accurate the Ancestry 23andMe DNA test was, that it didn't make no sense. And at the same time, they don't argue when it comes down to showing proof of parentage for child support. They don't argue DNA then. So, it's just so much of a mix up um, that you're going to have a problem if you just don't just get on code and understand that everybody outside of black is anti-black, and it's becoming two discriminatory ways that immigrants are getting y'all. They are anti-black and they're able to mask it behind being anti-English, using the language barrier. But that's a farce, because how do you understand how to get over here? How does that transference and interpretation and translation of how to be an immigrant or migrate to America, become your understanding if you need translation from one language to the other? See, that's the problem that I'm seeing. Um, I I can tell y'all right now, right? If you vote for the Democrats again, you're gonna be doomed, because you're being boxed in. Uh, Not to say that the Republicans are doing you any special favors, but they're not literally just destroying the whole country and boxing you in at the same time. Now, do I trust the Republicans versus Democrats? No, but what I will do is I'll look at better policies. And if these policies buy me more time to do what I need to do, then that's the course of action I'm taking. I don't expect Republicans to be saviors of the black community. I don't expect them to be open armed. I don't expect them to do something drastic and dramatic that would be such a benefit to the black community, to the point to where it's almost like they set the record straight. I don't expect that from them. I never expect that from them. But what I do expect from them is for them to do things that'll preserve how we operate as a unit, as a whole macro. That gives you time. If you choose the Democrats, you will not have the time that you think you have. For one, they have in less than 4 years destroyed the economy. It's You earning a paycheck is not even um, almost to the effect of what it once was. You have to go above and beyond to cover the basics. And then on top of that, you're being boxed in. People are taking your jobs. They're bringing in new people. People are using a language barrier to discard you who were here first. That's on top of the many people running around being a strain on taxpayer dollars. Taxpayer dollars that you can't even get, that you pay into. You know, 100 million for migrants. You know, migrants running around with $5,000 cards, and just thousands and thousands of dollars of EBT cards. Y'all remember that stream I did where I talked about the black bodegas really don't exist like that, and there was a decline of black grocery stores. And I finally remembered Joy Reid doing a TikTok um, where she talked about how giving money to migrants and letting immigrants in is going to benefit black bodegas in New York. Well, really, the percentage of black bodegas in New York was so minute compared to the ratio of migrants and the resources and funds given to them that they weren't going to spend money with the black businesses anyway. And no immigrant really uh, mingles, intertwines, mix, or networks with the black community. They go off and find their own or the closest thing to it. This is where the anti-black comes in. But everybody uses the civil rights that your black ancestors got hung for, got sprayed with water hoses for, got dogs sicked on them for, had to run in fear of their life, through swamps and woods and railroad tracks. But yet, for some reason, no one can see past this this masking, and this deception. Nobody can see past this. And I guess I'll put another stream up. I'm gonna put the stream up so far ahead uh, on the calendar and schedule that maybe people will think about it. If you want to beat the system without even having to worry about voting, which I told y'all is group economics, helping each other, the same way these other communities do, we need to do it. Uh, and then I'm to the point to where, like, I'm really disappointed um, in just the numbers not going up. Not because I want you to give me cash after super chats, because I want you to come in here because I got a plan that I got my own $365 invested. All you have to do is have $365 yourself, and 1 million people come to a live, and we give each other $1 continuously. After you've donated $1 on a live, by that time, eventually, if you had your turn where 1 million people gave you $1, so you become a millionaire. But you have to invest the $365, $1 for 365 days. We have a list. We have a live going with 1 million people every night for 365 days. People take turns. Everybody give them $1 million, right? Once you use your initial $365, then you are free to go. But by that time, you're a millionaire and you only gave $365, but you got 1 million in return, and we're taking turns. Now, if we need to continue participating at some point to help make sure there's always $1 available to free everybody that's up on that list for that live, then we'll keep doing that. I got no problem with that, because if you do that, that keeps you from having to go out here and work 20, 30 years into a system that's a scam. Whether you like your job or not, whether you're running a business or not, whether you got a degree or not, or trade or whatever, blue collar, whatever, the system overall that resides around all this is a scam. And I'm here to tell you that capitalism is diluted slavery. You got to think about how your job is set up, uh, how the money system is set up, how pricing is set up. And it's always been like it. It's just gotten worse over time. You know, I told somebody a TV, thank God TV prices went down, but a TV at one point in time would be more than your whole paycheck when people was making $10, $12 an hour. I really don't think people remember those days. They've forgotten. They talk about prices being high, but they forgot those days. You know, at least you can get $15 to $25 an hour on average. Just by just going in the warehouse some damn where, driving a truck or something, a little box truck. You know, but I have the answer to this madness. But it takes people sticking together. The way y'all come out to go listen to Kamala or even Donald Trump, y'all go to these rallies and stuff. Y'all can come to a live, have $365 set aside for 365 days, $1 a day. You can get on the list. We can get a live going with 1 million plus people, and we can take turns giving each other $1. And then next thing you know, everybody's becoming a millionaire just off coming on the live and supporting each other. Y'all don't want to do that. For some reason, y'all don't trust the process, but y'all give y'all money away to the weirdest content creators who offer you nothing but some graphics and some editing. I don't get it. And some misinformation at that, or mixed information. And the ones that even tell the truth, you know, they want to be career streamers. I don't want to be a career streamer. I want to come up with solutions and answers that'll help everybody, and then we can all get the hell away from this dumb shit, you know. But messing with them Democrats is gonna have you boxed in. You're gonna be fighting on all fronts. Y'all worried about the police. We've been through uh, even worse times with the police. What y'all fearing with this fake Project 2025 is fake. It's not real. Nobody's gonna give the police unlimited immunity. I'm on the lookout for it. I've even said that I don't trust it, but I researched Project 2025 as of recent, and it's fake. It's a hoax. It's not a real thing. Okay, it's a proposal that got rejected and is being disassociated with. Now, the crazy thing is that you can't give the police absolute immunity. It's just it. Um, the constitutional clause where you can defend yourself against tyranny and the Second Amendment won't allow it. So, you know, and I don't even think from my research, let me back up. From my research, based upon what I heard Donald Trump say, Donald Trump says he don't want police as falsely accused. So he would investigate each incident to determine if it was a split second decision made in good faith, and that he felt like the police had no choice, then he would free them. That'll be an individual case by case basis application versus a broad spectrum of just saying police can run around and it could be the wild, wild west. So some clarification on that. But we've dealt with situations like that in the past. Again, me mentioning your family members in the 1950s, 40s, 50s, 60s getting sprayed by water hoses, beat by police. They went through that then, and they survived. Um, so it would not be anything of that. You're always going to have isolated incidents, which are tragic, and something should be done about it. Again, case by case basis. But what I will tell you is that you're going to get boxed in. You're going to get boxed in. These immigrants are going to box you in and box you out. This is your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day.